Obviously came off a hard-fought loss last week. Just real proud of our team going into the environment we did and giving ourselves a chance to win the game there or have a chance to win the game in the fourth quarter. Just still, coming up short in some things, mistakes, turnovers. But I thought that was the most complete game we played really all year. And so hopefully it's something we can build off of. It's still a loss, but something that I think our team can hopefully gain some confidence from if we'll play well. Obviously got Texas State coming in. They're coming off a bye week, and they're sort of in the same boat as we are, trying to get momentum going. And I know they're very capable on offense, got a quarterback that makes some plays. And defensively, I think their defensive coordinator does a really nice job mixing up some things. So it's homecoming for us, so hopefully we'll be prepared to play in front of a nice crowd.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Derek Asbury with the Post-and-Courier. Please go ahead.
Hey, Coach. You mentioned that it was you're proud of the way the team played. Obviously, you don't want to take a loss, but what's different about this loss versus one where you felt like the morale might have been lower?
Well, I thought this was the first time all year, Derek, that we actually were having fun playing football. We played well in a lot of phases. We got down early, but we didn't give up. We kept fighting. Every game going forward, we might have been in the game, and there's been something that's happened, whether it's a turnover or something, and we've sort of just not been able to push through that wall. And I thought the other day we did. Now, if we came up short, we weren't good enough to win the game, but I felt like maybe we took a positive step with our young team as far as the type of effort and the competitiveness that we want to play with for 4 quarters. And hopefully, if we'll do that, then we're going to get better as we go forward.
And I know you can't really live or die by the box score, but when you look at it, it was very comparable to App State. Do you think? Can you just kind of speak to how you feel like your team is kind of putting forth the same effort as the guys on the other side of the ball?
Well, yeah, you can't look at that, but if you compare, obviously yardage was relatively similar. Third down conversions, a lot of those things are similar. The main difference in the football game was turnovers. They had 0, we had 2. And they scored, if I'm not mistaken, they scored off of one of those. It was the difference in the football game. And so I think that you can compare and look at, hey, did you match up well or go toe to toe? Yeah, for the most part, if you look at stats, but the main one that matters is the turnovers, and we've just been on the wrong end of that about every game, and that's something that we've got to get fixed if we're going to try to win some of these games.
If there's nobody else on the line, I'll ask another question, if that's okay.
Hey, you can go ahead, Derek.
Okay, great. And kind of switching gears a bit, I've seen that Coach Moglia has really been, a huge part, even though obviously he's not on the sidelines. But can you kind of talk about his influence and his role this season so far?
Well, obviously his philosophy and the way we're running our program, the way, recruiting, all those things, he's still heavily involved with that. He's not here on a day-to-day basis, but everything that he's laid down, we're trying to do. Now, he stays in contact with me and obviously the other coaches weekly. I have probably throughout the week 3 or 4 conversations, whether it's through phone, text, in person about what's going on, what we're thinking about doing, as well as our defensive guys. So he tries to stay involved, not saying, hey, call this, call that, but just, hey, what's your plan? What do you think? And if he sees things that, hey, I think this can help you, he obviously gives that information. So he's staying involved, but he's just not here day to day. That's probably been the biggest difference.
Sure. And then obviously looking forward to Texas State. Can you kind of give me just a bit of what you're seeing from them so far on any tape that you've been able to watch?
I think they're very similar to us. They can get off to some good starts, and they'll play good defense. Offense will get going, and then something will happen, a turnover or something. They'll get behind, and then it's a struggle. They played in some games and had some people come down the wire. Had people close and just could not, for whatever reason, figure out a way to get a win. And so I think they're very similar in those things. They've got a young team like us trying to find their way, but they're wanting to get over the hump just like we are. So this is going to be a big game for both of us because one of us obviously needs a victory, and we've been sort of playing the same. Played well for 2-3 quarters, but just not 4. I think the team that plays together, plays well for 4 quarters, will win this game.
All right, thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Hey, Derek, thank you.
Thank you, Derek, and thank you, Coach. That's all the time we have for you today. We do appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.